Tell that to the families of fentanyl families who have died.
No fentanyl comes from Venezuela.
It comes from the southern
No,
border to the
Venezuela
point
through
you made.
Mexico.
Hold on a second.
If your argument that drugs are not coming from Colombia or Venezuela to America.
Oh, I am going to argue that no fentanyl is coming from Venezuela.
Talk to the DEA.
No, you are wrong, and you are lying to the American people. You are part of the fabricating a narrative that doesn't exist.
Hold on a second.
Well, your day job is The View, so let's talk about
And you have no day job. You just lost yours.
Harrison, you are wrong.
I'm not wrong.
Yes,
you're
you
wrong.
are.
Because you just mixed up a whole bunch of stuff there.
No, I didn't.
Where does fentanyl come from?
It comes from many places.
Where does the where does
point I was
90% of the fentanyl
was that
comes
it was
into
coming
where
through
does
the
it come
southern
from?
border,
Where does it come from?
in which
Do you
the
know?
Democrats allowed.
So where does it come from?
The Democrats allow the
Does it
southern
come
border to
from
be open,
Venezuela
yes
or
no?
not?
It comes from many places. Do
Where
you
does
know
it
for a
come
fact
from?
that fentanyl is not coming from
but
Venezuela?
Okay.
To his point, though.
So
Abby,
no, Arthur.
So you're an
but
expert on
Arthur,
where the drugs are coming
Arthur,
from.
hold on a second. There's the reason I'm asking you this is
You're
because
telling me 0% of
I'm
fentanyl
trying
that
to
comes into
gauge.
the
You know what
United
I'm
States
trying to
comes from
gauge? Do
America.
you know what I'm trying to gauge? I'm trying to gauge whether you're willing to just state basic facts, you're willing to listen, and it sounds like you're not willing to do either of those things in this moment.
You can't even say that fentanyl can and does come from Venezuela.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. What Anna said was that a
That it doesn't
majority.
come.
Are you going to listen or not?
Are you going to
A majority of the fentanyl comes from Mexico. Is that true or false?
Let's say it's true, but
All right.
Abby, here's where the problem comes
it's not,
in. though.
Hold on, Arthur.
It's the fentanyl gets cut, the cocaine gets cut with the fentanyl.
Arthur, hang on a second. Arthur, hang on a second. Let's say it's true or false. It is true that a majority of the fentanyl
Comes from Mexico.
Correct. Here's the other thing that is true.
That's true.
It is also true that a majority of the cocaine that comes to the United States is not coming through the Caribbean channel.
Correct.
So I'm curious about whether you're willing to acknowledge facts or not, or if you're just more committed to your talking points.
If our intelligence community is saying that these are narco-terrorists with the desire to come to America and to bring drugs into this country, it is within the president's
provide a shred of evidence to that point?
Yes.
Have you talked to members of Congress who have had these classified briefings?
Should they not provide evidence that those drugs that they know for a fact that those drugs were coming to the United States? There are a lot of legitimate questions about whether that is true. You had Rand Paul, a Republican, saying that the distance between Venezuela and Miami is so great that there is no way that these little fisher boats would end up in Miami. So these are legitimate questions.
I'm not saying the questions can't be asked.
There are factual issues with your assertion that the fentanyl crisis is being caused by Venezuela, when we know for a fact that that is not the case.
If you're going to stand here today
to
and say that
acknowledge
Venezuela
I
is
think
not
really says
responsible
more about